A very good afternoon and welcome to Rally Sarah as we bring you these live pictures on www.ThePapare.com of this massive clash between CRNFC and the hosts Navy Sports Club in a must-win encounter for both these teams at what is turning out to be a picturesque Rally Sarah ground. There's a nice breeze blowing across, but there's also a lot of humidity and heat in the air because the sun is just on its way down, and as we look at your screen, the sun is shining down from right to left here, so whoever attacks from left to right will have real problems looking into that sun when they're defending. As you see the players warming up, they've been out for about 45 minutes or so in this searing heat, and joining me in the commentary box, and we are already tired sitting down here just for the last 40 minutes or so, is Tavita Tulagesi, coach of the Havelock side, who are playing tomorrow, so he's got a bit of an off day and he's with us here at ThePapare.com. Good afternoon, Laga, good to have you in the box, and it's going to be a massive game today.
Yeah, afternoon, Chanaka. Afternoon, everyone. Good to be here. Beautiful day for rugby. It's a bit warm, but we look forward to this one. It should be a cracker, and we look forward to some opening rugby.
We've been looking at the teams warming up. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but we've got some interesting lineups for you today as we look over the Navy Sports Club team. A few changes, Laga. We've got Anuranga Walpala starting at hooker today, and Viraj Pereira also slotting in, the former Josephian schoolboy, in at the second row. Danushka Pereira will be the captain of the side, and that third row stays together, but Richie Dharmapala comes in place of Suranga Pushpakumara. Dinesh Lakmal starts at 12, which is a little different from the team sheet that we have got, because we have that is the team sheet. We have got an Heshan Madhuranga at 14. He makes a comeback into the side in place of the more experienced Dinusha Chaturanga. So a good team for Navy out here.
Yeah, well, obviously Nilufa, coach Nilufa has injected some of the young bloods into the side. Of course, going down the police last week, it wasn't ideal, but it's good to see some of those young boys getting a break.
Buddhima Pieratna was one of the stars of that under-20 team, so let's look forward to him in the number 11 jersey on the left wing, as we see Nivanka Prasad also in the cutaway there. He's one of the big stars, up-and-coming stars of this Navy team. Big, strong man at number 8, so we'll wait and see whether he's got a good game. But this is the visiting lineup, Laga, and a few changes there as well. We've got Panduka Angamana, who comes into the second row to partner the experienced Ishan Noor. We've got Tariq Salih, who starts at number 7, and then a big change at halfback. Kavindu De Costa goes out, and instead partnering with his brother is Dilan Soiza, who's an experienced campaigner, and a change in the midfield as well. Kanchana Ramanayaka starts after a few games, and Banuka Nanayakara starts alongside him. Your thoughts on that shift?
Yeah, Dilan Soiza has been in the A-Division rugby now for a while, so obviously the coaching camp at CR has gone for a bit of experience and maybe a bit of steadiness in the back of the ruck. I think that's going to be crucial today, and also the back of the scrum as well. So decision making is going to be crucial. I think today's match that will be an important part today. 9 and 10.
Yeah, indeed, 9 and 10 going to be very important, especially with Richie Dharmapala starting on the other side. He's a guy that can make things happen. Here are the replacements. Looking at Navy first, Stefan Gregory is a man who can come off the bench and cause a few problems. Mathis Saratranj also a good second row forward, and Nivanka Prasad, the number 8 I was talking about earlier. But then the experienced Suranga Pushpakumara there, Laga, at number 9 to come on, and also Dinusha Chaturanga is the final name on that Navy Sports Club's card. And then you've got on the CRNFC side, you've got Sasanka Aryaratna, who drops to the bench, which is a surprise, and Amila Bandar also, and Kavindu De Costa and Rehan Silva and Makalanka Prabodha. Lots of pace to come off the bench. Do you think that's going to make a difference for CR at the end?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, today's game is a 23-man game, really. So it's just a matter of how they're going to inject those boys into later on in the match, and impact players is going to take a huge toll on this one for sure.
Mekalanka Prabodha will be fresh after that superb try-saving tackle, Laga. I don't know if you saw that one from last week, because the Army winger was over the line when Mekalanka Prabodha chased back 55 meters and actually stopped him from grounding the ball. It may have been the winning try for Army, but it was a last-ditch effort. So CRNFC showing some fight, but on the table they are probably not where they would want to be.
Yeah, they'll have to show some fight. I mean, it's a good setup that they have. Obviously, they've been training for quite some time now, and they preparing themselves quite well, and got some big names in that side. So they'll be a bit disappointed where they are in the table, but nevertheless, you got second half of the season left.
got Navy also, who beat the same team by 1 point last time around. But Navy have not been very creative behind the forwards. Laga coach Nilufer Ibrahim hasn't really been able to bring out that spark in this Navy backline. He's gone with a rejig backline, got a few guys coming off the bench. You think things might change a little bit today, or how do you do that in a training week?
Yeah, well, looking at some of the young guys that he's now putting into the starting lineup, I think that's where it's heading. It's interesting how some of the coaches have sort of read into the season. I mean, A-Division rugby these days is quite tough. You got to do your homework and you got to do a lot of research as well. So yeah, it's good to see some of the young guys having a go, and it's not very easy for some of the coaches though to throw at this time of the season to mix it around.
Sure, it's this is a time that you'd ideally like to have your combinations settled already and make sure you've got the same starting 15 in all the games if injury allows it. Speaking of injury, Laga, you've got severely hit by the injuries at Havelocks, but it's difficult to manage in this heat, isn't it, when the players are maybe not taking on as much water as they should. If they're not eating right, it's very difficult to manage off the field in this semi-professional setup.
Oh, of course, Shana. We were talking just off air there on our way here about I've been trying to sort of find some answers as a coach, to see if we can solve this problem that we're having. I mean, we've got 10, 11 guys in the injured list, and that's way too many, in my opinion. So, it's a huge part of the game. It's very intense these days. Players management off the field is very, very important. What those boys do when they go home and what they eat, and also the training are very intense. So the refueling part of it is very important. So if you don't do it properly, you're in trouble.
And you've got guys in your squad like Kevin Dixon, you've got guys like Nishan Pereira also in your teams. As you look at Dinka Piris, who's in charge of the game today, he's been out warming up as well. But these boys playing about 12 months of uninterrupted rugby, Laga, that surely can't be good for you.
It's part of the calendar right now, and it's not ideal really, for a young body to sort of go through that. They're quite aware of that. These boys were involved in the last season's school rugby. We've got 7 boys out of that under 20 program, and of course they had disqualified about 6 weeks ago in Hong Kong. So it's it's taking its toll really, and they were camping for quite some time. So yeah, it is pretty tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one to balance here as we look out over this Valisura ground. The crowd has picked up here, and Navy will be hoping for a win, of course, because they will want to creep higher and higher in that table and approach that third place spot, which they would desperately want to hang on to, because Kandy and Havelock seem to have got the first 2 spots locked in at the moment. Laka, we were talking about the warm-ups as well. You've got to play 2 40-minute halves of pretty intense rugby, and then you're out there for almost an hour, maybe 45 minutes, actually in the same heat, warming up. And warm-ups are something that you do to get the body ready. And in this heat, do you really need to warm up as much as you do in other countries? Yeah,
different opinions though. I mean, every coach has their own way of doing things, I guess. But sharing it, in my opinion, in this sort of weather, you can't really cut what other people do in the other countries. You got to adjust in this sort of condition. I'm sure it's about over 30 degrees today. So yeah, a short warm up. I mean, the mindset of the boys are really on the game, really. So you just need to wake the muscles up, and it really doesn't take that long in this sort of weather.
Laga, talk about the refereeing as well. Dinka Pir is in charge of today's game as we look at the VIP enclosure here in this Navy Pavilion. And it is a tough call for the referees as well, because players are not taking as much responsibility on discipline as they should, isn't it? And that's something we were talking about last week as well in the police versus Navy game. And what do you do as a coach? I mean, how do you make sure players keep their discipline as much as you'd like to?
Well, we can only do so much as coaches, and also the referee as well. I mean, it's a big concern for the referees, for the officials as well. Breakdown is it's a lot of grey areas there, and even the set pieces as well. But for me, I think the communication between the referees and the coaches in that relationship has always been, slightly kept there, and it's still the same. Gareth sort of try to preach that cap a little, but the problem is he's not here. So when you come and sort of try and get it done and then go away, it doesn't really work that way.
Well, Garrett's not going to be coming back from what I hear as well, Laga. There's been lots of changes in the boardrooms at the Referee Society as well. So the new elected body is now in place, and Garrett Williamson and the committee that brought him in are probably not going to be around much longer, so they are not around anymore. So that's something that's been an interesting development over this week. Your thoughts on the standards of refereeing? Has it improved from last year when you were coaching to this year?
To a certain extent, but I mean, the same areas that we're talking about now, we've been talking about this for the last 10 years, as I kind of remember. So it hasn't really improved a hell of a lot.
Laga, your association with Sri Lankan rugby has been pretty long. I mean, you've been here in the, what was it, in 99, was it, or 98?
No, first took the shore in 96.
96, yeah. Wow, that's long time ago. I hadn't even done my A-levels at that time. Lots of water under the bridge since then, but you enjoy this place, Laga.
Oh, it's a big part of me now, Shana. I mean, it's a second home for me. When I first came here, this is now my 12 seasons in Ireland, and loving every part of it. And the game's been good for me as well. I mean, you got to be thankful for a lot of things, but main reason, you're living in a different country, experiencing different culture, different people. Make some good friends, make some not so good friends, but that's part of it.
It is indeed, and we still speak the same language of rugby, that's for sure. As we're waiting for the teams to come out now, it's just about past kickoff time. So teams are warming up for so long, they've taken some time to get their jerseys on. That's for sure. So that's what we're waiting for at the moment here at Valisara. Another game kicking off today, and that one is going to be the one between Kandy and Air Force. As we see Ishan Noor captaining his second year in a row, leading out the CRNFC red shirts. Nipuna Devinda behind him, and referees running on as well. So waiting for the hosts to take the field. And it's going to be a very, very interesting encounter here, because it was 1 point between these two teams in the last time of asking. Yoshita Rajapaksa with a fantastic breakaway try that sealed the game for the Navy team. And they'll be wanting to make sure that they don't allow that sort of breakaway this time around, CRNFC. But even last week, looking at the CRNFC side, they had their defense completely split open in the last minute of the game. And that's a bit of a problem for them. Do you have to train defense as much as you have to train attack nowadays?
Oh, I mean, for us, for me, defensive is it's more important than attack. Attack, really. I mean, a lot of the plays now, if you look at some of the tactically, we tend to attack from our turnovers and even our counter attack. So it's a huge part. But the problem, I think, for me is. When you start subbing and when you start bringing your substitution back into the game, that's where you got to be very careful, because you can lose your pattern in defense and you can get in trouble.
Yeah, it's why you probably need to train your substitutes just as part of your squad and treat them like a matchday squad, not just your replacements bench. As Danushka Pereira in your picture right now leads on his Navy team, and what a player he's been for Sri Lanka and Navy, and a lot of the other teams he's played for, St. Joseph's, and you've got CRNFC, Kandy. He's been one of those really outstanding forwards when he manages to stay on the pitch, isn't it, Laga?
Yeah, well, he's studied up a hell of a lot of his game. It was a bit indisciplined, a bit immature when he first started. But yes, he's been to a few places, a few clubs, and he's I would say this season he's played his best season.
Yeah, he's been really good, and that's third row around him also will be one that aims to take this CRNFC team on. You've got Omalka Gunaratna at number 8, the schoolboy star from Isipatana. And then you've got Yoshita Rajapaksa, the former Sri Lanka skipper as well. And the second highest try scorer so far in this competition. And he and Bilal Hassan with 8 tries and 7 tries respectively. Some of those scored, of course, off the back of a couple of rolling mauls. So that's Yoshita, the second highest try scorer at the moment, putting his scrum cap on. And he's going to have a key part to play in this game in the line-out as well. So already looking at the boys on the pitch, Laga, it looks like the intensity is just a little bit off of them at the moment. This heat seems to be really affecting everyone.
Yeah, it's gonna take its toll. I think for a start, we look at
Tilina Veerasinghe
getting us underway.
Kicks off the game, and this is your Dialog Rugby action for the weekend on thepapare.com, live from Valisara. Dylan Soiza gives it to his former captain, Ashan De Costa, who thumps it back. It's fielded well by Veerasinghe, who will put it back up. and Navy players had to retire. And that's a bad mistake early on. But as the referee says, the Navy players not retiring and getting away from the team. And as I was saying earlier, Laga, going right to left, defending here with this first half sun in your face, you can't really blame Prince Chamara for that.
Yeah, well, the toss had to play a big part in that occasion there, but just a basic error there from Chamara, just dropping that ball, took his eyes off it.
Well, he was lucky that the Navy players showed a bit of indiscipline, and that's where the intensity comes into play. In your first minute, you've got to make sure you don't give away penalties like that. They cost themselves a chance of being able to actually come through and recover that dropped ball and try and counter-attack their way to the line. So the first line out of the game here, Shane Samada Peruma at the front for CRNFC, and Gunaratna in the front for... It's well won by Jason. The front of the line out, and they set up the rolling maul. So Disanaika calling for his boys to shove him through, and Dylan Soiza acting like a bullock cart driver. Navy have defended this well and eventually take it to ground, but it's not illegal, says the referee, and Soiza is waiting for his forwards to wrap around him. And now they go wide. Ashandi Costa with a long ball out, and there's a nice inside pass, but well read by Navy in the end. Soisa goes back to the right from where he came. Nipuna Devinder puts his head down. Soisa. Here's a space opening up, but Arun Kumar just can't get the pass away. This is good from CRNFC early doors. Good ground made there as well, but great work in the breakdown there from Gunaratna. Still available for Sia. Ashandi Costa looking for the long ball, almost gets through. Quick ball again from Sia. Shane Samada Peruma, well tackled. Buddhima Piyaratna making an important tackle there. Soiza. Now Nipuna Devinder again well tackled in the end. Navy defense holding up for the moment. Ishan Noor, the skipper, puts his head down. He's smacked by 3 Navy defenders. Now the ball is quick. Soiza, Sali. Tariq Sali over the line, and he scored. That's early doors try, Laga. Excellent phases from CRNFC. And Tariq Sali scores the first try, the former Josephian schoolboy. And that was excellent work from the CR team.
Yeah, now we know why Empty Monica has opted to play the social scrum half. He was the key there, just getting organized, just making sure that their ball retention was good, making sure that his runners were right close up to where he was, and brilliantly done by CR there. They went through over 10 faces. That's the have a look at this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dummied the long ball and then gave the short pass out, and that was just touchdown over the line by Tariq Sali before it was dragged back.
Yeah, it was just experience. I mean, he saw the guy on the outside just a bit too far, so he held the pass and he just popped it to the guy running into the ball.
Yeah, it was really good work, and this is why the scrum half is such an important part inside the 22 when you're playing a forwards-oriented game. Prince Chamara lines up what should be an easy-ish kick. And it's over, so CRNFC lead by 7 points to 0. That's important to settle their confidence at the moment. But Navy guilty of giving that penalty away, Laga, that sent them all the way back about 60 meters down the field. So discipline is really going to be important here.
Yes, discipline is going to be crucial. But interestingly, on defense on that occasion there, Shana, they're sending 1 or 2 guys into the breakdown. Not really turning the ball over, not really contesting it as we look at it here.
Richie Dharmapala, referee Dinkapiri, is perfectly positioned to see that being scored. It just touched it down before it was dragged back by Walpola, I think it was, and that's another bad mistake from CRNFC. That was Kanchana Ramanayaka, reinstated to the side today. Starts at number 13. Injury to Rochana Hettiarachi means that Ramanayaka, who has played his way into the Sri Lanka side, gets a start. Just a basic error, Laga.
Yeah, it's a coach killer when that happens. Straight after you score and you convert a try and you come back and chop the ball.
And now a lovely attacking opportunity for Navy. Watch for Gunaratna going off the back here, and Richie Dharmapala, who can spark things. Got a lovely little step on him. Probably going to be targeting Di Costa in the fly half berth, 5 meters behind. Early tester for Jason Disanaika on the blind side of the scrum. Richie Dharmapala opts to run this one. It's a dummy, beautifully done. Still going, and the inside ball doesn't work. That was good work from Dinesh Lakmal in the end. And eventually dragged out into touch. Now taken quickly, Anuranga Walpola doesn't want to waste a minute here. Richie Dharmapala. Big bust up the middle from Satya Ranatunga. And Dharmapala has it again. Chanaka Chandimal. Leak Eagle with a nice ball out to Buddhima Piyaratna. Steps beautifully inside his man. Richie Dharmapala. And that's not a great pass to Ranatunga, but Yoshita Rajapaksa cleans it up. Still on his feet. Needs some support here. And it's quick ball from Dharmapala. Thirina Veerasinghe finds himself at first receiver, and it's still available for Navy. Hands all over that, so referee Dinka Peris is playing advantage. Chanaka Chandimal knows he's got the advantage, so he takes the drop goal. It's way off, but the penalty is coming. And it's a knock forward penalty. So a good start to this game, Laga, from both teams.
Yeah, both teams getting opportunities in each other's half. That was a good spot for Navy to convert. Chandimal went wide, took the cap, and he threw that pass. I don't know if he had on to that one. And interestingly, that quick throw by Danushka, I didn't think it was straight, but the referee said play it on.
Here's where the knock-on occurred. Lying all over the ball. That one lucky not to give away a penalty there. And it's knocked forward by the CR player coming through. I think it was Lahiru Pavitra there. So again, another attacking opportunity for Navy. A scrum just on the 22-meter line. Gunaratna will probably look to go here. He looks all set. And indeed he does. Runs laterally though, and he's going too far across. Ball drops favorably for Navy. But Dylan Soisa does beautifully to slow that ball down. Leak Eagle now. Thirina Veerasinghe steps back strongly inside. Richie Dharmapala. That's a good pass out of the tackle, and now Satya Ranatunga to Yoshita Rajapaksa. Rajapaksa almost breaks his way through. Just an ankle tap to bring him down in the end. Richie. Chandimal. Nice angle from the forward runners. It looks like CRNFC have fallen all over this ball. Ishan Noor can't believe it, but Dharmapala has taken it quickly. But referee Dinka Peris will call it back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but he was very unlucky there, the CR player, Ishan Noor. He really got on top of that, and that was playable.
Yeah.
Not Noor, the second guy. The first guy, sorry.
That was Banu Kananyakar actually who went in, and he seemed like he had rights to the ball. But the penalty is coming for Veerasinghe, who will look to get his team within 4 points of CR, who have an early lead.
Yeah, well, that's when Navy had the set piece at the scrum about 3-4 minutes ago when they ended up there, Shana. The attack just seems to be a bit lateral, just standing still and trying to push the pass from there.
You were talking about Gunaratna's breaking ability and how he needs to straighten after he beats the flanker. But this time he went straight into both the centers. Lucky the drop ball actually wasn't hacked away. Veerasinghe with a kick from just about 16 meters in from the left touchline. On the correct side for the right-footed kicker. And it's a good kick. And Veerasinghe puts his team on the board. And the home team have their first 3 points. So Thirina Veerasinghe, an outstanding player in the last occasion that these two teams met. They would definitely want a performance like that again from him today. Ashan Di Costa to restart. It's a nice hanging restart, gives his team a chance to get under it, but they don't really make the best use of it. Lahiru Pavitra tries to hold on to a marauding Danushka Pereira. And now Chandimal will put it deep and put Prince Charmer under a little bit of pressure, and he bounces this nicely into touch. So good restart there from Navy Laga. So important to start well after you've scored, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crucial just to make sure you collect that ball, and they did very well there, Chandimal, just to getting the ball, putting the ball into space. They train here every day, so he knows the place really well.
Center.
Yes, it's always important to have an idea of where the wind is blowing, how it's blowing in your home ground. That's what the advantage is all about. And Jason Dissanayake wins that one untidily, but Tariq Sali cleans it up. Dilan Soiza needs to use this quickly. The new rule of 5 seconds is being played here. And Kavindu Pereira flying up on Hashan Maduranga, Kiria as he is known to his friends. That was a good bit of kick chase there from Kavindu Pereira. Good kick and a good chase makes such a difference. And now Navy are all the way back on their 22, and Chandimal puts this one out to touch on the full. So good pressure there, Laga. The chase is such an important part of the kicking game, isn't it? And not enough coaches pay attention to it.
Very much. The kick is only as good as the chase, you know.
Line out inside the 22.
Kick is no good if you have no chase, and that was pinpoint by De Soisa there. Put it right on top of the winger, the Navy winger, Heshan. And Mohammed was good enough to put him on the ground and trying to win that ball back.
Another quick line out ball from Sia to Arun Kumar. Make some good ground, and Sia go back the way they came to Kavindu Pereira. Gets the pass away, but there has been a crossover. And the referee says it's worthy of a penalty there, the obstruction. Referee Dinka Piri is right on the ball there, and there seemed to be a player in front of the ball.
I'm not too sure whether it was the CR player or the Navy player in front there.
Yeah, let's. I'm sure we can have another look at that one, Laga, and see whether it was actually a cross. There's Ishan Noor didn't really obstruct anyone there, so probably a little unlucky.
Had no effect in the play.
A material impact on the game is what the referees look for, but clearly referee Pires thought that that did have a material impact. Maybe it stood a defender up which we didn't see. Walpola, his throwing has been erratic sometimes, and it's gone to a short line out this time. It's only a 4-man. Viraj Pereira in the number 23 jersey, former Josephian schoolboy. But they go to the back, and Sajid Saranga gets overthrown to him, and Ishan Noor comes away with it. Looks for a moment like he doesn't know what to do, but then puts his head down. And Ashan De Costa's kick slices off the side of his boot. Nobody wants it, and in the end, Heshan Maduranga claims it on the bounce.
Release it.
And there's hands all over that one. What will referee Pires say? He will say that the ruck was formed when Kanchana Ramanayaka went in there. No, in fact, he's actually blown it up for not retiring the 10 meters from when that miscued kick went up in the air, Laga. So 2 big mistakes from the kick.
Yeah, it was one of those miscue kicks, and Ashan knows a bit better than that. Just went straight up off his head.
And even if that kick is miscued, the CR players need to get behind that 10-meter line. So we've seen Navy cough up points as a result of not retiring, and now CRNFC also may be conceding 3 points as a result of it. A 49-meter punt for Thiruna Veerasinghe. It's an interesting call from Navy, who didn't take these kicks against Police and lost the game, Laga, and now they're going to be taking all the kicks.
Well, obviously they've learned their lessons, huh? But it'll be interesting to have a look back at that replay, Shana. This is the area that we talked. There's so much talked about, and again, the referee's pinching CR in this occasion in the breakdown, because I thought the Hashan there just fell straight on his legs to the defender's legs. So he had all right to play that ball. Anyways,
that one is pulled a little bit to the side because he snatched at it, Veerasinghe. But yes, the breakdown penalty was the one that Laga is talking about, and Kanchana Ramanayaka looked bewildered when he was pinged for it. That's him walking across your screen at the moment. So break down such an important part, but as long as the referee is consistent within this game, I guess we can't ask for much more.
Navy don't
Two
cross the
old
line.
teammates, Anushka Pereira and Ashan Di Costa. Here's Umalka Gunaratne, his first chance to really stretch his legs today. Banu Kanania Kara drags him to the ground. And Richie Dharmapala now with Chanaka Chandima, Leak Eagle. They've got a man over on this side, but Buddhima Piyaratna does well to come inside. Good tackle on him by Kanchan Ramanayaka, who stays strong. Chandimal with a little bunt up the middle, and now it's a good chase, but Prince Chamara comes away with it. Tanushka Pereira does well to get away from it. Good discipline from Gertha. So Sia under severe pressure here. Shane Samada Peruma protecting that ball. Tariq Sali stands as a guard. And now Ashan Di Costa can't kick it out on the full because he's taken it back. Veera Singh look for the counter attack.
Blue back! Blue back!
But the call is clear from coach Nilufer Ibrahim. Play the territory, put them under pressure. But that's not a good kick from Thilina, and Prince Chamara has more than enough time to call the mark.
Yeah, it had to be in front of the 22 for them for it to work. Good battle in the kicking game. Ashan here just finding his right foot, pushing the ball a good 40 meters, but Navy fullback was on spot.
The quality of rugby suddenly seems to have gone up, Laga, with the sun going behind a cloud. The players are suddenly look a little bit fresher, and we're seeing actually some good execution by both teams already.
Number one.
Yes, it's just it's still 17 minutes into the first half, and it's 7-3 to RCR, so you're still trying to find your way through the match and get a feel of things.
Sia have had the lion's share of possession in that first quarter of the game so far. And that's a good jump from Viraj Pereira. Gunaratna standing in midfield. Tariq Sali meets him. And now Sajid Saranga stepping back towards his forwards. Richie Dharmapala with the ball through to Chanaka Chandimal, who puts that little cross dink through. Good counter ruck from Navy. Yoshita Rajapaksa was the man who started to create that. So now they've turned it over. Sia forwards really needed to get there, but they were stranded on the other side of the pitch. And now Sia have coughed this ball up and are facing a little bit of a pressure out wide. Beautifully taken. Outstanding pass inside to Thilina Veerasinghe. Beautifully done by Heshan Madhuranga. And that little cross kick, Laga, is causing a few problems for CRNFC. They don't seem to be reading it well enough. And just that little punt over the first line of defense has caused so many problems already. First on the right flank, then on the left flank, and now they've scored with it.
Yeah, nicely done. But it all started from that turnover when Yoshita counter ruck just in front of us and won the ball back, and of course nicely finished.
That was a nice unselfish play from Heshan Madhuranga as well. That's a little kick from Chanaka Chandimal, beautifully read and taken by Madhuranga, who stepped beautifully, just drew the player, committed him, and had enough players on his inside to give the ball away to Thilina Veerasinghe, who puts in a decent dive. I'll give that about 7 out of 10.
As we see the conversion, it's done well, that fullback. Good they kept their width. Hishan staying out wide, and Chandila seeing that space out wide. And it's good to see these guys combining quite well, because he, as we see many wingers these days, they'll opt to take the fullback on and tend to have a go on the outside. But on that occasion there, he just gave the pass back inside to his supporting friend, as we look at it from here.
Yeah, Kavitha Pereira didn't have any idea, because Heshan Madhuranga stepped him so well. And Kiria is a very good player, nice basics he's got, and CRNFC, a big loss for them, losing a player of his caliber as well, but CR's loss is Navy's gain, and he would be very happy to have created that against his old team.
So Navy coming straight back into it and leading by 10-7.
Ball getting bounced out into touch, and again that restart, not really concentrating Navy.
Yeah, you would have wanted that sort of thing to happen straight after the opposition scores. I mean, they score and then letting that kickoff just to roll over the sideline. And a good positions for CR to attack from just outside the Navy 22.
So the number 8, Gunaratha, finds himself at the front of this Navy line-out. Dhanushka Pereira likes to play at the back. And I've got Yoshita Rajapaksa also, who is the number 6 jumper. Walpola goes short to Viraj Pereira, who's done well so far in this game. At the front of the line-out, competing against Jason Disanayaka. Trying to roll themselves out of their 22 Navy. And this is good to just grind the opposition after you've scored, Laga. Good tactics here. It's available now for Richie Dhamrapala. Good counter ruck in the end from Shane. And now there's a chance. Yes, there is a chance. Sashan Di Costa is over. So that rolling maul disintegrated and suddenly the ball appeared from nowhere. It was a superb counter ruck in the end from Shane Sammada Peruma that created the pressure. So 2 counter rucks, turnover ball, 2 tries, Laga.
Nicely done. Talk about pressure. Counter rucking. Yeah, he was just going backwards there and he threw the pass, but Janela just took a big step and lost the ball in the process. And look at that halfback there, Soisa, bouncing on that ball. And Ashan did well there just to finish it off.
Yep, he did very well. In fact, that was Angammana who hammered through on that ruck with the counter ruck there, Laga. That was good work from him. Panduka Angammana playing his first game for CRNFC, starting his first game for CR. So that's a good contribution from him.
Yeah, you just can't afford to relax in that sort of spot for Navy. They took it pretty easy there in the counter rucking. They won the ruck, and the guy that was sitting on the ruck didn't even look up as we see the conversion.
Conversion is easily made as assistant coach Mushtaq runs the tee off the field. And Prince Chamara has now contributed the 4 points, and CRNFC lead by 12 points to 10, or 14 points to 10 it should be, I think. Here's the counter up. There you go. Angammana just dumping Richie Dharmapala right to the back there.
Yeah.
And Dylan Sois, like a terrier he is, he's such a nuisance, isn't he, Laga?
Don't know if it was legal, but the referee said play it on. Didn't really use his arms, but I guess we're in that sort of spot. It's all on, really. He's got his shoulder in front of him, so. You see Ashan getting us underway.
That's fielded better by CRNFC this time around. And that's well dumped into touch.
I'll tell you what, that was behind the CR22, that kickoff there, but it went miles up. Surprisingly, there was the chasers were still about 5 meters away from that.
Don't forget, you can check out this game and the replays as well on our Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/ThePapare. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud, where we've got our channels as well. And you can see pictures of this game also on our Facebook galleries. So Papare is an all-round media presence here, social media presence. Sajit Saranga wins it nicely off the top. Richie Dharmapala. Keegle stepping through the middle. Nice run there by the center. And now Chandimal. Got a man inside. Oh, that's a good bust up the middle. That's a lovely pass as well to Veerasinghe. And his second try in 5 minutes for Thilina Veerasinghe. Easy as you like a knife through butter, Laga.
Yeah, it was just a one-on-one miss tackle there, just on our left-hand side. And Lee Keegle found the space on the outside, put the hand out, went through the cap, and a beautiful pass back inside to his fullback, Veerasinghe, and under the post he goes.
Yeah, it was an excellent bit of skill from Lee Keegle as we see it here. Just goes straight through the middle. Kanchana Ramanayaka missing a straight-up one-on-one tackle. Keeps his eye on the support player, and that's a lovely pass inside, Laga. Not easy to do when you're going the other way. And Kamindu Pereira has no chance because of Thilina Veerasinghe's little goose step. And that was a really good try created by Navy.
Yeah, Ranchan, the defender for CR just put his head down a bit too early, going to the tackle, and Lee had a chance here just to fend him off. As we see Veerasinghe adding on 2 more points.
Yeah, it's important to make sure you keep your head up till the last possible moment. Here he goes here. Kegel sees Kanchara Ramanayake, who doesn't really commit his shoulder. And it's a lovely pass inside to Thirana Veerasinghe, who leaves Bhanu Kananayakara in his wake.
Yeah, he won't be too happy with that. But it's becoming a very exciting game.
Yes, it's a try a minute almost here. Coach Imti Marika was not too happy about Ramanayaka's performances, but now has reinstated him to the starting lineup. And he'll be wondering, look, man, I'm giving you a chance, and this is how you repay me. It's another long restart, and the try scorer will get them out of trouble. That's a good kick right up to the halfway mark. Set pieces have been pretty good today. Both teams have pretty much won their own line out. We haven't seen too many scrums because it's been a pretty fast open game so far. Lahiru Pavitra, and that's well stolen by Viraj Pereira in the front, and he does well to tidy it up again. So Buddhima Piyaratna's pass is not a good one, and Lee Kegel will now look to set Heshan Maduranga off. Maduranga puts in a little chip kick, and the referee's got his arm out for an advantage for a late tackle there. So Maduranga making things happen on that wing.
Yeah, it'll be.
No more late tackles, please. Right?
This is another area, Shanak, of the game here. It would be interesting to have a look at that replay. I'm not too sure whether he was committed or what was the defendant doing in that occasion there. Hishan was choosing to chip that one. I didn't know if he got in the way.
Yeah,
or as soon as he goes up, it's a penalty or what? Let's have a look at it here.
Well, he could have. I guess that's a really tough call. The defender didn't really do anything to get in Maduranga's way.
Yeah, I guess there was no arms. You know, the indication was that he just jumped straight in there with no arms. He had his shoulder in front.
Referee's very strict on the no arms now.
Yes, so fair call.
So an important line out for Navy, and again well stolen there. Just as I said, the set pieces were going well. Viraj Pereira drops one in the front.
Yeah, he's finding it hard to reach forward and take the ball. He has to go forward with Balabolo throwing it to 2 and 3.
He's a tough lad, Viraj Pereira. He played for St. Joseph's in the last school season.
Guys, 22.
It's good to see him making an entry into club rugby as well. He really got around the park for the Josephian side.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with some of these youngsters who are coming into the game. Even we've got a few as well. The likes of Umez and Nizon, the schoolboys, and even Kara from Science College.
Good scrum from Navy, but Sia managed to get it away. And Ashan will thump this one to Buddhima Piyaratna. And that's really not well timed at all by Sashan Mohammed, but he gets away with it because he didn't smash him into the ground. And Ashan Di Costa then puts it away into touch. I thought that was an early tackle. But Sashan Mohammed is very lucky to get away with that one. And Buddhima Piyaratna, in the end, did well to hang on to it.
I don't think Mohammed was looking at the ball right here. He was just looking at the man. He was just looking at the Navy winger going up for the ball, yes. And the referee is giving Sia the ball, saying knock on.
Well, I think he managed to save himself, Laga, by not smashing him to the ground. He actually held him up.
It's right in front of us. I didn't see a knock on.
Well, this is a good scrum for Arun Kumar to break off the back. It's on the 15, just this side of the 15-meter line towards the touch line. But they opt to go with the 3/4, and Ashan Di Costa puts this deep for Madurango to chase back, and it's an unkind bounce for him. But it beats everyone into touch, and Kavindu Pereira would have thought for a moment that that ball was bouncing back into his waiting arms, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad option from Ashan there. Just putting the ball behind Ashan, behind Kitty's head. And of course the pounce of the ball nearly went their way.
I think at the highest level, Laga, some of these kickers know how to actually get the ball to bounce back, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they trained it also of which part of the ball they kick. So what they call
Backspin.
Yeah.
Lahiru Pavitra recovering that one there. Anuranga Walpala trying to go in for the turnover, but it was a good ruck in the end. Once again, trying to counter ruck, but Sia staying strong. Ishan Noor.
Carrying the ball well, Ishan.
Yes, he's had a decent game so far with the ball in hand. Ashan De Costa fighting his way forward
Release,
in
run
the
away!
face of
Run away!
3 Navy
Run away!
defenders. And now he needs a new first receiver. Referee Dinka Piris was not going to be the one.
6, run away!
And now quick ball again from Dilan Soiza. And Nipuna Devinda wants a piece of it this time, but that's not a great pass to the prop, who was not running the correct angle for that particular collection, Laga.
Yeah, well, he was staying out. It was actually going to be a wide runner, but he chose to come back inside there. It wasn't a very good option to take as the traffic. I mean, the defenders were standing right next to the ruck. It's a crucial part of the game, Shana, right now. 31 minutes, 9 minutes before halftime. CR's got to keep intact with Navy. You don't want them to score another try or get far ahead of them.
Yes, this is a crucial possession in that regard. CR at least have to play the territory, and Navy will be happy to go into halftime with this lead. They'll be confident that they can hang on to it. And Dilan Soiza, unfortunately, is a little bit too overeager. And that looks like it's a forward pass, so the referee will come back for the offside. Dilan Soiza just overstepping his mark there.
Number 9 flanker both
Buddhima
out.
Piyaratna, the
Number
DS
9 and flanker
Senanayaka
both out.
sensation.
Yeah, just as we were talking about not giving Navy a chance, a penalty goes Navy's way. So
Here it is, just leaving the offside line too early. Dilan Soiza seemed to move as soon as Omaka Gunaratna broke. But the referee was right on hand to say that he was a false starter.
yeah, set piece has been good, Shana. Just a couple of line-outs, crooked throws from Navy. Apart from that, they've stolen 2 of the CR line-outs as well. But the scrums have been very tidy.
Sarit Saranga doing well there. Gunaratna, not a great pass to Leek Eagle, and that's a worse pass to Buddhima Piyaratna. Thought for a moment that he might be in touch.
Yeah, the players are standing around there waiting for the referee to blow the whistle.
Just shows how tired they must be already. It's been a pretty fast-paced game, hasn't it, Laga? Not a lot of stoppages, so you can see the players sucking the big ones in these last 5 minutes before halftime is going to be tough for both teams.
Yeah, but that's what you come to expect, really. I mean, it's been very open. It's good to see some of these guys playing rugby, really getting the ball out wide, finding space there.
First get ready, okay?
Both coaches want to attack, which is good to see. It's a great advertisement for the game as well here in the Dialog A Division Rugby League. Dilan Soiza waits to feed his scrum.
Penalty, waiting.
And the penalty is coming through. Wheeling, says the referee.
What would you prefer? Would you prefer the game go on, or would you prefer coming back to the penalty?
Well, there's lots of different things to consider, isn't there, Laga? Because we've got the players who may be wanting a penalty. There's spectators like us, obviously, who want to see the game go on. It was easily won in the scrum by Sia, and it was a good ball out to Ashan De Costa. So perhaps I would have preferred the game to go on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll love to. Not only us, I'm sure the spectators will want to see that much flowing game.
3 quarters die in the...
Who cares about the scrum when the ball is out?
Even international referees sometimes, even if the scrum goes down and the ball is at the third row, they just let things go on. So maybe that's another one of those material impact things that the society needs to have a chat about. Nicely won by Ishan Noor. And well collected by Shane Samada Perumo over his head. Danushka Pereira with a crashing tackle on him. Dylan Soisa does well. Holds on to the ball, but Nipuna Devinda now.
Release.
He's smashed in a tackle by Omalka Gunaratna. Good strength from him. Arun Kumar loses the ball in the contact. That's not a good bit of ball retention from Sia. And Richie Dharmapala puts a scissor kick
Release.
into the hands of Prince Chamara. And now Dylan Soisa.
He's off.
That's Tariq Salih who went up for that one. With Yoshita Rajapaksa his opposite number. And they're very lucky
Now forward.
to have got the knock on there, Sierra FC. Bit of an untidy, scrappy bit of play there. You can see the legs are just leaving them, Laga.
Certainly, yes. You can certainly see that in most of the players. Siana, yeah, Navy are defending quite well, but we see the CR runners just going on their own, just one-off runners getting isolated most of the time.
Time.
It's a bit of a collision in midfield, Laga. You said he's off and hopefully he won't be. There was a big head clash there. Some of the Peruma is on the ground. Shane, the prop forward. I think he's just having a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, it can get pretty dark out there very, very quickly in terms of contact. People don't realize sometimes what these boys go through, and it gets pretty tough in the middle of it.
Doctor's on. Wants to do a bit of a concussion test, I'm sure. Might not be a bad idea for coach. That's the rudimentary concussion tests. Might not be a bad idea to get him off and get him into half time so they can do the proper test and get his brother Kokila Hiran on perhaps. Doctor's happy and he can continue.
Okay, boys.
Don't forget that you can get all the photographs and videos published on the ThePapare.com Facebook page, which are available for purchase at reasonable rates. For more info, you can email the editor at ThePapare.com. So that's editor at ThePapare.com. You can call us up on 077 333 0088. That's 077 333 0088 if you want any of the images or videos on our site.
It's very clear now, John, of what CR is trying to do. A scrum inside Navy territory on their 40. But you look at the formation, how their backline formed. It's very clear that they want to kick the ball and chase. Are they running it?
Well, they've gone to the first receiver, who was Sashan Mohammed there, and now that's a good reading of the play by Heshan Maduranga. Forces the bad pass, and now coming to Pereira can get the offload away. That's well done from him. And they really need to retain this ball, Sia, but it's an excellent counter-ruck by Navy. Really good counter-ruck. But not staying on their feet, just losing his footing, the Navy player going through. I thought they did well to try and win that ball.
Yeah.
But Sia just a little unlucky in what could have been an excellent move.
Yeah, I thought Danushka was very unlucky there. He got on his feet very quickly. Managed to take the, as we look here, tackle. He did it brilliantly, up on his feet, and he counter-ruck it. Yes.
Danushka did really well.
Captain.
And
yeah, that last guy just went straight off his feet, so yes. Right, cool by Mr. Dinga.
Had to let the ball go once he dropped to his knee. And Prince Chamara has the opportunity to put his team on level pegging just going into halftime as surprise, a bit of rain comes down. Laga, not the first time it's rained at a Sia Navy game at Valisara. And we weren't really expecting this maybe 15-20 minutes ago.
Yes, it was pretty warm half an hour ago. But Sia would want to miss this opportunity.
I think it'll be a welcome cooler for the team as well, as Prince Chamara drags this one well wide of the right hand upright, and Thilina Veerasinghe gratefully touches it down. They've got problems, haven't they, Laga, with their place kicking. Kanchana Ramanayake is not striking it well. Tarindra Ratpat is out injured, and Prince Chamara has missed some crucial kicks.
Oh yeah, it's a big part of the game. You got to have a place kicker. I mean, if you look at any level of the game, it's essential to have a place kicker, someone who can get that 3 points for you, and even 2 points.
Yes, that 17 all would have been much better psychologically than 17-14 for Sia at half time, but Navy will be very happy with how things have worked out so far. Nipuna Devinder gives it across to his front row buddy Lahiru Pavitra, who's had a decent game today. And now Angamana puts his head down, tries to get the pass away, but it's knocked forward. Probably should have held on to that ball.
Yeah, errors creeping into Sia match now. As we see referee Dinga blowing the half-time whistle.
Yes, just a couple of seconds to go for half-time, so he decides to call it now, and I think all the players, all 30 of them, will be quite happy to go to get a bit of a break and have some water, because it's cleared up nicely. And I think the second half's going to be interesting, Laga, especially with the rain coming on. We've got some highlights of the first half coming up for you, just as just confirmation of how it is at the end of 40 minutes. Navy, the host team, are leading CRNFC by 17-14. And highlights are coming up as the players going for a bit of a break here. Dialog Rugby on ThePapare.com. You can see the change in the sun and how strong it was when the players ran out to the pitch. And there was an early doors try. This Dylan Soisa just holding the ball up. Tariq Saleh putting his head down. And Dinkapir is just on the spot to see that ball dotted down just momentarily before it was dragged back. Thilina Veerasinghe replied with a penalty. And then we had a couple of nice tries that were scored as well from Heshan Maduranga, who stepped inside Kamindu Pereira and put his fullback rather, Thilina Veerasinghe away. That was a nice try from Chanaka Chandimal, who just kept putting it over the top of the CR defense. Always dangerous when you rush up in defense, when you have a fly half who can just put it over you. And that's the counter ruck, which was a 50-50 call. And Dylan Soisa really making a nuisance of himself to Chanaka Chandimal, and Ashan Di Costa profiting from that bit of hard work. That's the step that Chandimal tried, and great work from Soisa. Can see why he's starting today in Imti Marika's side. Richie Dharmapala doesn't look happy, and that was the big bust from Lee Kegel that set Thilina Veerasinghe away. Outstanding bit of skill from Kegel to bump off Kanchana Ramanayake and then have the presence of mind to find his forward, his fullback again, supporting and running a nice line. So it's been an entertaining first half of rugby here from Valisara. Laga and I will be back for the second half in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. You're on ThePapare.com with Dialog A Division Rugby League action.
Now transact with over 40 million EasyCash customers via Dialog, Etisalat and Hutch. Dial #111# to register today. Now use selected commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience.
Now I can withdraw EasyCash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the EasyCash logo. Select cardless transactions. Select your preferred language. Select EasyCash. Type in the amount you need. Enter your EasyCash account number. You will receive a message onto your mobile. Enter your EasyCash PIN and send to complete your transaction.
Now use commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience. Call 7111 for more information. EasyCash, money in your mobile. Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi network with over 2,500 hotspots across the country. Cafes, restaurants, colleges, hospitals, bus stands, train stations, and many more. Select Dialog Wi-Fi and visit wi-fi.dialog.lk to register and get your username and password. Choose from 4 easy ways to top up your account. Go Wi-Fi, go Dialog.
Sri Lanka is a small but proud nation, and we know we can conquer the world. So to me, it's important not to settle for anything but the best. Dialog Television is our window to the world. It brings us the widest range of knowledge, information and entertainment from across Sri Lanka and the globe, from education for our kids to the latest movies. Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite technology, connects the world to every Sri Lankan home. Dialog is the future today.
Don't be constrained. Be versatile, be flexible. You have the power. Set talk time, SMS, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the full potential of your mobile package. It's my plan from Dialog. Absolute power to you.
To create your own plan, visit www.dialog.lk/myplan or call 1777 for more information.
Now, reserving your train tickets is as easy as reaching for your Dialog mobile. Just dial 444 and get instantly connected with the Dialog Expo Rail ticket reservation service. A new and hassle-free way to discover the breathtaking sights and sounds of Sri Lanka is now conveniently at your fingertips, anytime, anywhere. Dial 444 to reserve your Expo Rail train ticket today. Dialog, the future today.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger. So you can peek into stuff. And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a text. Read an email. Read the news. Wait, you read the news?
Yep.
Of course you do. Now you can change apps like this. Pay at more places like this. And the new color looks like this. It's rose gold, it's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Here are some images of tortellini.
Maybe get takeout? The camera shoots 4K video now, which changes how your movies look. Nice. Even selfies have changed. Now your screen is the flash. That's gonna get like 1 million likes.
Thanks.
Actually, photos themselves have changed. They move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what's changed.
Dialog Self-Care app is Sri Lanka's first and only award-winning app and is the best in the region with trilingual support. So we further improved the app to give more power and control to you. Even more powerful now, with over 50 dialogue services at your control anytime, any place, in your own preferred language. New services for Club Vision members. Step onto the world of self-care possibilities. Download now for free.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. The dreams that you tend to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
Serving over 240 million customers across Asia. Axiata, advancing Asia.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger. So you can peek into stuff. And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a
good evening and welcome back to the live coverage of the Navy versus CRNFC game here at Velisera grounds. It's a nice overcast conditions for rugby at the moment. It's completely different weather conditions from the first half where it was scorching hot, and Ashan Di Costa will try and pull back these 3 points that his team are adrift to the hosts, 17 points to 14. It's been an outstanding first half of rugby. We've seen some great tries, some good defense, and also some good attack from both these teams. Some good line-out ploys and decent set pieces as well. So we're hoping what will be a really good second half action with the replacements coming in. And joining me in the commentary box, Laga, Coach Laga from Havelocks, who's here having a look at his opposition teams. He plays Army tomorrow. Big game, Laga.
Yeah, it is. We look forward to it. But yes, of course, 3 and 4. Navy at 3 and Sierra at 4. And it's been a tidy game.
Yes, it has been a welcome difference from the first round, where the teams have executed much better this time around today. We've seen some good spotting of the errors of the opposition team, some good counter-rucking, some good counter-attack from turnovers. So it's been a good game.
Okay, I'm looking.
Jason Disanaika winning the first line out of the second half. And Sia tried to get that rolling maul going. This is better from them. They tried one in the first half, which was well defended by Navy, who've got their bodies behind. And now they've got to come away with it. That's beautifully stepped away from Kanchana Ramanayaka, who gives it out to Lee Keegal, unfortunately, who plays for the other team. And Keegal chases this one into touch, but Ramanayaka got away and should just have held on to the ball there, Laga.
Yeah, a good opportunity. Just 2 minutes, just not even, as we look at that break, you know, he went right through. All he had to do, he had volleyball in front of him. All he had to do is hold on to that ball. Position give away, it was vital there to keep the ball. Lee did enough just to get in the middle of the defenders and stole that ball and kicked it away.
Yeah, he's been having a good game in attack and defense, Lee Keegal. Ishan Noor, legs all over the place as he goes up for that ball. And Arun Kumar, one of his first carries of the game, hasn't broken off the back so much, and that's probably why we've seen some go forward from the scrums, because the ball is much faster into the back's hands.
First release it.
Referee Piri says the ball is available, so he's not going to call anything there. Nipuna Devinda met in a big tackle from Satya Ranatunga.
Yeah.
And Omaka Gunaratna wins the turnover. That's well done, Laga. The first one we've seen all match.
Yeah, that's one of his strength. Omaka there just caught straight on top of that.
No, he was on
Sia player right there.
Good daylight.
He was a tackle assist there, and he was right over the ball. Good body position. Viraj Pereira made the tackle, and Omaka Gunaratna made the turnover and wins the penalty.
Yeah, perfect body position there. He got it right on top of the Sia player and stole that ball, gave themselves an opportunity to win the penalty.
News from Nittavala is that, from Ratmalana actually, is that Kandy are leading Air Force by 31 points to 9. And that will be 9 points more than the coach will be happy about there, Sean Vijayasinghe. Laga, you've coached him quite a bit, Sean Vijayasinghe. Are you happy with the way he's come along as a coach? This is his first season?
Yeah, very much. I mean, he's quite a steady character, and he's very calm too, so that helps a lot when you're coaching. You still got to keep your cool, and you still got to make sure you set a good example, on and off the field. But he's very, very steady.
First line out of the second half for Navy, and they go to the front to Stefan Gregory, and the referee says that there was an infringement there. He's explaining what it was to Danushka Pereira.
Yeah, it's
a pretty long explanation as well.
You can't, so throw scrum off in
I think he's explaining that the might have had two receivers. And it's actually a penalty, not a free kick, as I thought earlier. We'll see exactly what happened there. Omaka Gunaratna, and then we've got a receiver dropping back. That's Viraj Pereira. So I think that was a problem with the receiver, and referee Dinkapir is making a technical call.
Yeah, he's got the players confused and us confused at the same time.
It's a complex rule, Laga. It's about who drops back into that receiver position from the line out, and a lot of teams are now using a jumper in that position, and then he goes into the line out, and then somebody else drops out. So it's all very confusing. I must admit, I'm not entirely sure what the rule is there.
The rule is you've got to be 2 meters away from the lineup.
Prince Charmer getting a host of boos, and don't help him, as that kick is well wide. So they've left about 6 points on the park already of kickable penalties, due to the fact that they don't have a quality place kicker.
Yeah, just need to stay down here, Sierra, and get some points. If they can get 3 and even the score up.
Don't cross the line. Reds, don't cross.
Chanaka Chandimal with a long restart. Prince Charmer waits for it. And now Ashan Costa will look for the corner with a long raking kick. And that's a beautiful kick actually from Ashan Costa. He's got the ball on a string, it appears today.
Yeah, it's how you're going to play now. This kicking game is going to be very crucial, and Ashan there got it to perfection. Flat kick, and Omaka had troubles getting back and collect that one.
All the years of experience, been playing A-Division rugby for a while now, Ashan, so he knows how to play the territorial game. And that's what's going to be important for Sia, just to grind down this Navy side, make them defend and hopefully force some mistakes. But Navy have been pretty good today. Viraj Pereira not winning that one there, but crucial tackle by Danushka Pereira, who now hacks it through. And now nobody wanted it, so Prince Charmer eventually picks it up. And Kanchan Ramanayake will look to straighten now. Good tackle on him by Buddhima Piyaratna, the young schoolboy. Has got to let him go, and Kanchana does well to give that ball away, but there's flying all over the top of that, and bad discipline from Navy there to lose their footing.
Yeah, again another rolling there, Shanaka.
What's the
replay right there? His tackle.
Numbers pen side.
So do you let him go, or do you still hold on to him?
There you've got to let him go, Laga. Just there you've got to let him go, and nobody even made an attempt to let him go. So that penalty should have come 5 seconds earlier before it should.
So these referees are getting it all mixed up. Once the rule is once your knees or one knee hits the ground, it's a tackle ball, and he had about 3 defenders, 1 attacker there. So you had to let him go. Fair play to let him play the ball.
And the thing is, if you do let him go, you've got numbers at that break now, so you're going
keep
to
the
get
gap,
the ball
boys.
back.
Navy,
so
keep the gap.
It's just a little bit of indiscipline from the players, not realizing that playing within the laws will give you the ball anyway. Nice take by Ishan Noor, but the throw is not straight, says the referee. And he's given a free kick to Sia, who take it quickly. Here's Tariq Salih, who scored the try in the first half, trying to barge his way to the line, and now Sia with a little bit of momentum, and Angamana scores. That was a good run from Angamana. He's having a great game, the youngster. Contributed to 1 try, and now he scored on his first start. So he's a find for Sia. Laga, haven't heard of him very much before, but he's really making a statement today.
Yeah, he has. Just what Sia needed. You know, we're just talking about them getting some points, converting some of this position into points. And we see a quick tap there by Soysa, and a good carry from
Tariq Salih there.
Yeah, good body position there. Won the ball. Just coming on to the ball, unstoppable. Yeah, on your line, you got to come forward and tackle. You can't wait on your line and tackle. You know, even Omaka there just got taken away.
In front, place in front.
Jason Disanaika looked like he was a target, but Angamana came in from the inside shoulder. And that was a very good try that was created by Sia there. And Prince Charmer will knock this one over easy. So the 3 tries that Sia have scored have been almost under the post. So it's 21 points to 17. No penalties for Sia. They've done all their scoring through penalties. And Prince Charmer will be happy that his team have touched down by the posts. Here we see it again. Good ball carry by Tariq Salih there. Good presentation as well, Laga. Makes it available.
Yeah, you just can't stop a big guy like that on the line, you know, by staying back.
So it's a seesaw game. Sia went into a lead. It changed hands a couple of times, and now Sia have gone back into a lead. Ramanayaka stepping back and still has it. Now he's got some space. Arun Kumar needs to straighten this out. He does, but he really needs to find his support runners. Dilan Soiza. Oh, that's a little knock on, and Dilan's not happy at all because he said there was some interference on the ground.
Don't you love it when you see a halfback losing his way there? Yeah, he wasn't too happy there. I think from our ankle, we didn't see a hand. Yeah, we'll have a look at this. Omaka's still trying to put his hands on it. Oh, it was his own player.
Yep. Well, I don't think he can complain too much about that, Dilan Soiza.
Exactly. He was just looking around, looking for someone to pass it to. It was his own player's foot. Got unstuck.
Dinusa Chaturanga on the bench. Not a familiar position for him, of course. And Rishi Dharmapala is the first attacking opportunity for Navy of this half. That's not a good scrum at all from Sia, but Omar Gunaratna does well. And now Heshan Madhuranga puts the ball into touch. But the referees, the assistant referee's got his flag up here.
Foul play.
He's seen something which we may have just missed.
I love the way Soisa Dilan there. If we can have a look at that. Just that ball, he got in between of the attackers and collected that ball, and he saw Yoshita coming straight at him. He just ducked right into the ground.
Yeah, he's very low to the ground to start with, so it's not far for him to go. Richie Dharmapala in the wars a little bit. Looks like he's got a bit of a head knock. And that might have happened illegally is what we think, because the assistant referee is going to have a word.
Yeah, Moment there did really well on that play with Ishan, trying to take him on the outside, and he did really well just to push him on the outline. It was untidy scrum. Omaka did well to tidy it up. Popped it out to his halfback, and there Ishan just trying to take Moment up on the outside. He threw the ball back inside as we have a look at this. Oh, we missed it.
That was, I think, Dilan Soiza coming up behind
Captain and
Richie
number 9.
Dharmapala. He might have caught his chin on his head.
Captain and number 9,
I think that
please.
was the issue. But really didn't look like there was much in it.
Right, they tackle. So make sure nothing goes wrong again. Right? I know he's short, but there's rule is rule. Okay? So make sure you don't do it again. Clear tackle. Get back, please.
And that's good refereeing from Dinka Pires. He's kept him on the park. That was probably not a yellow card offence.
Back 10.
So Navy have an opportunity now to get within 1 point if they choose to kick, and that's what they do. Thirinavira Singh has pointed to the post.
Time on.
Yeah, I still think if it's not intentional with some of this foul play, you know how you go into a tackle, if it's not, if you don't lift anyone up and sort of tip them on their heads, or if you're coming into a tackle and accidentally someone ducks and your hand comes up to his head, I still think it's a penalty, but it's not a yellow card. So that's what the officials got to look out for.
I think the IRB though may have taken a different view. Laga, they say the intent is of no concern, and but I agree with you though. I think sometimes in physical games like this you can have things happening which you don't want to happen, and you shouldn't penalize a player for a genuine accident. It's the toughest kick that Thirinavira Singh has had all day. As the sun peeps out again from under the clouds, and that's a lovely kick. And the linesman drops his flag but manages to raise it in the end. And it's a 1 point game, and this is the same score that it was in the first round game, Laga, 21-20. And if it finishes like this, Sia will be very happy.
Yeah, I was just about to say yes. They want to get their payback here at the Velisala, the Navy home grounds. Hopefully it will go their way, but they still got 28 minutes to go.
And now Thirinavira Singh is going to be looking into the sun as he looks to collect this restart, or whoever else it may be. And the surprising thing for this Navy team who scored 20 points is that all the points have come from Thirinavira Singh, who's kicked all the points and scored 2 of the tries as well. Both tries, rather.
Yes,
So Sia seems to be one of his favorite teams to play against, that's for sure.
Well, he's been at the right place at the right time in support of that pass, inside pass from Hishan, and of course another inside pass from Lee to score the 2 tries.
It's important to run good support lines, especially when you're joining the line as a fullback. And Veera Singh has done that beautifully today. Ishan Noor to Kavinder De Costa, who's on the pitch. That was the last bit of action we saw from Dilan Soiza, who's had a good game today. And Angamana acting as scrum half. Also has had a very good game.
Number 1 move!
And that's good strength by Navy to hold the players up. Arun Kumar does well to control that ball, but the referee's called a knock on.
We also see Pushpa Kumar on for Navy at halfback.
Rishi Dharmapala getting some running repairs to that blow to the back of his head. And it's an interesting call, that knock on. I thought Arun Kumar just managed to hold on to it just in time, but referee ruling otherwise.
It'd be good to see, to have a look or to have a chat to some of these referees and really get interpretation of knock-ons. If you're on top of the ball and you're picking up the ball, and you're picking up the ball and the ball drops, is that a knock-on, or is it actually has to go forward?
Well, the rule says that it has to go towards the opposition's deadline, Laga. And that's why I thought even that try in the World Cup between England and Fiji, I thought it was a try. Ball went straight down. Had many arguments with Jeevan about it. Now that's a knock-on. And Sia still play on. And there's no advantage, so the referee's not going to call it. And here's Kavinder De Costa. Ishan Noor taking this one forward, brought down by his former teammate Tanushka Pereira. Now they've got numbers over. It's not a good pass on Nibra Devinder, but that's a brilliant pass from Kavinder De Costa.
Yeah, Navy not committing too many there in that ruck, but Sia did well. They retained the ball there. They had some numbers out wide though. Shane carrying that ball and going straight into Valabula, and Valabula standing his grounds.
Costa almost getting away, dragged down by Viraj Pereira, who's been very good for Navy today. And that's a penalty coming up, but referee says play on. He's got the arm out for advantage. Prince Chamara will try to make something happen here. They've still hung on to it. Yeah, this is better play from them. Again, Navy not committing anyone to that breakdown. And Kanchana Ramanayaka snatches at that drop goal attempt, but the referees come back for the penalty. So, good play from Sia, hanging on to it.
Yeah, they did well to retain the ball, but there was just a moment of madness there for Saranga, just reaching out. The ball was right at the back of the ruck. And not really well fought there by Saranga, just giving away that penalty, and it gives Sia a chance to go 4 points ahead.
Experienced player, like I don't expect that from him, do you?
No, not really, but yeah. I think he was just trying his luck there, but right in front of the referee as well, and 30 meters away from their lane. It's not an ideal place.
Yes, he had a guilty look on his face when the whistle was blown eventually.
So, a big kick in the context of this game. Shanika coming up from Rojana.
And that's whacked straight over by Kanchana Ramanayaka. Easily done.
2 minutes.
In fact, it was Prince Chamara who made the kick. And he's had a few easy ones and a few difficult ones, and he's got all the easy ones, which is the least you can expect from your kicker.
Yeah, and of course at this stage of the match, yes, to get a hit, 4 points, that means Navy has to score a try to get a hit. So very important kick by Prince.
So the replacements are on the park for Sia with Kavinder De Costa. Adding a little bit of running from the back.
That's back!
That's him right there, just thumping that ball, but it's not a good kick. I think he was aiming for the corner flag, but the touchline is about 2 meters in from the flag.
Yeah, just as we're we're getting into the last quarter of this match. Yes, still a arm wrestle.
Still very much an arm wrestle, Laga. It's obviously a battle between 3 and 4. You can see there's nothing very much between the two teams. Navy lacking a little bit of experience perhaps, but also Sia having a very young team. Good to see all the under-20 players, the two teammates, Viraj Pereira and Tariq Saleh, the St. Joseph's back row together on the pitch, but for different teams. Yoshida Rajapaksa, a much more experienced man, now leading that
Out, number 8, out.
rolling maul. They've made lots of ground already, and it looks like Yoshida is going to walk all the way to the line. He goes on the left, and he's over. He spots the gap, and that's a good bit of vision from Yoshida Rajapaksa. Had his head up all the time, and just like he scored in the first round, a spectacular try from the former Sri Lanka captain against the red shirts, Laga, and that after that penalty put them ahead. It's a real bad lapse in concentration from the CR forwards to allow that try so easily.
Yeah, again, Yoshida coming into the picture there. Having a look at that drive. Yeah, CR didn't really do enough there in that drive. In the initial drive, they stood back and watched, and they committed a few. We see Yoshida there just going into the line, but all started from that kick from Kavindu. Poor kick that ended up in there 22, and Navy make sure they got punished from it.
Yes, we saw it in the first half as well, with Navy giving away a penalty which led to a try, the first opening try for Tariq Saleh, and now again an unforced error leading to a try for the opposition. Navy ringing the changes once again. Nivanka Prasad, in fact it's Mathisa Sarachandra who comes on for Navy. Suranga Pushpakumara is also on.
Yeah, we spoke about substitution and how they're going to impact this game, and I think it's going to come down to that, 25-24 to Navy. As we wait for this conversion, very single line up this conversion, about 15-20 meters away from the outline, just on the 22.
Take it.
It's an important kick for Veerasinghe, and CR do their best to try and charge it down. And it's just a little wide, so it's a 1-point game. And this will be hilarious if it comes down to 1 point at the end of it. Again, CR will be deathly upset at that. You look here how it splinters, and CR just don't get the bodies back in time, Laga.
Yeah, well, Navy's well known for their rolling maul, and they did really well there. Just for a moment, they nearly broke through though with Tadit, but they did well to regroup.
There was a bit of lazy play from some of the CR forwards there, and now they have to match the intensity to get up there quickly and try and restore the lead that they had just a few moments ago. But Navy have done really well so far to keep in this game and maintain the lead for as long as they have. Again, good defense by Lee Keegle. But the penalty is coming.
Release.
Sasanka Aryaratna is on the pitch as well for CRNFC, so they've added a little bit of pace. Tariq Saleh is off. Oh no, Tariq Saleh's moved to number 8 rather, and it looks like Arun Kumar is off. Yeah, so going for the goal, Laga, would you have gone for the corner here?
Yeah, I would have thought they would have kept the pressure on. I mean, the game is still 19 minutes to go, and that's a long time. I would have thought give themselves a chance to score, try and push ahead a little bit more.
Well, the penalty was for that turnover, Laga, and Danushka Pereira was the tackler. So did he have rights to that ball there? I wonder whether we can, see that one again. And Prince Chamara. Another tough kick from him. Scoops under that one. And it's just wide of the right upright. It just glanced off the right hand post. So a lucky escape there for Navy, and might have been poetic justice, just in case if we have a look at that penalty and see whether Danushka Pereira was within his rights or whether the ruck was formed. Here's the replay, Laga. And this is Prince Chamara. That's not the one. It's Kavinda De Costa's tackle here. Danushka Pereira gets in there, goes to ground, and then comes away with the ball. I don't know. Looked like Gertha was within his rights there.
Yeah, it looks okay to me. As Navy has a long chop out for the restart, and again Shan just putting the ball back down. Pouncing in front of Omaka, collecting it quite well. Good tackle there by Moment.
Coming to Pereira, in fact, it was on the left wing. They both look very similar. Coach Imthi going for pace on his wings rather than size.
Yeah, we were talking about that penalty, Shanaka, whether it's was the right decision by Norn, but
number 6,
yeah, interesting how they take these things. But I would have thought, yeah, if they had gone for the line out, keep the pressure on, and stay down here, it would have been a bit closer.
It's again losing their feet, so Sia not competing legally at the breakdown there. Gives Buddhima Piyaratna a chance to put his team towards the halfway mark.
It's also a very, a bit of a danger moment in the game, if you like, Shana. At this sort of time, I mean, if you're going to slow it down, and the time's going to go by very quickly, and then you start playing catch-up rugby, and that's when it becomes very untidy. So, just got to be careful they don't get themselves in that sort of situation.
So I think that's where the experience is going to come into play, and I think Sia will need a little bit of leadership from the experienced players, because all Navy have to do is defend now, and it's much easier to defend when you're in a lead at this point in the game rather than it is to chase it. But it looks like they've reverted to the pick and go tactic, but it's all way out on the 5-meter line, and Omalka Gunaratne comes away with it, but not legally, says the ref.
In front of the hindmost foot. Number 8 in front of the hindmost foot.
And from Ratmalana, it's Candy 57 points already, Laga, against the 9 scored by Air Force. So running away with this one quite comfortably and showing why they're at the top of the league.
Very much so. Be very hard to stop Candy with the lot that they have, and the momentum he knows on their way. So everything their way at the moment, and they play some good rugby.
Well, you're the only one with a chance of really stopping them, Laga, and moving up to Nittavala and playing there without Danushka Ranjan is going to be a hard ask, isn't it?
Yeah, mounted the climb, but nothing is impossible. It's still possible. We still give ourselves a good chance. In saying that, we've got 5 more other matches before Candy.
Not forward.
Nivanka Prasad making a nuisance of himself there again. Knocked forward though, and the referee was quick to spot that one. This is a nice bit of angle running from CRNFC. Prince Chamara putting the little chip through, and that bounces beautifully into touch. So good bit of play from Prince Chamara there.
They just need to have a go a little bit more out wide. Asia.
Yes, because the Navy team has been doing a lot of defending. Like Asia have had the possession here, so they're going to be more tired. And they've still got some pace to bring on. They've got guys like Mekalanka Prabodha, Rehan Silva to bring on off the bench.
Yeah, well, this is where the conditions and the hard work that's been done in the preseason comes into to play.
Release right away!
Disrupting that line out, but Prasad coming away with it. And Buddhima Piyaratna, who looks like he's moved to fly half. Well collected there by Sashan Mohammed, and now the back three have a chance to run. Kamidu Pereira gets away from one, can't get away from Danushka Pereira though, who makes an important cover tackle. And that's good work from CRNFC. Banu Kananya Kara gets it away to Nipuna Devinda, and that's a good tackle from Lee Keegal. In the end makes Devinda lose the ball. Didn't have to do much. And now Suranka Pushpakumara gives it to his center to attack, and Lee Keegal chases this one furiously, but it bounces kindly for Sashan Mohammed, who thumps it back, and this is where the untidiness is creeping in, Laga.
Exactly. Well, yeah, actually thought they should have ran it there, Navy, when they turned that ball over. It was a bit of a poor option there from Lee when they turned that ball over. He kicked back, and Govindu had dropped back at the same time. They had some numbers out wide, so they kick it straight to his hands, and that was a good clearance from Govindu Costa. Find themselves inside the Navy half.
Wait.
And while we're watching the rugby, it's a good time to remind you that you've got to fasten your belts because the big match turbulence is ahead. You can log on to ThePapare.com for all the streaming updates, photos, videos of the big match season. Call coming up in March. Calling it March Madness here on ThePapare.com. And you can get yourself checked into the asylum.
I think it's a tactic that CR team gets into when it comes to this sort of situation. I've seen them do this against Candy as well when they're trying to score a penalty and close the game down. So it may work, it may not work.
Yeah, I think they've got to back themselves though, because they're having some success in getting around the Navy wingers. So maybe a few phases that are a little wider of the breakdown. Like to see a couple of passes shifting hands before they go into the next breakdown.
Yeah, you would think 12 minutes to go. You know, they'll still have a chance to give it a go and go a bit more wide. I think the problem is when you're too lateral, when you're too flat in attack, you tend to sort of run sideways most time, and that's where because Navy always leave three back,
number one has been always criticizing me.
They always leave their fly half back, and even their winger as well. So there's always space on the outside channel.
No need.
Long chat between the referee and the Navy captain. Satya Ranatunga being told off. Dhanushka Pereira having finger signals with him. Another change being made as well. Koki Lahiran coming on. Shane Samada Pereira's brother.
Fine.
Comes on for Nipuna Devinda, who is one of their chief ball carriers. So the two brothers in the front row, the two Wesleyites. Stefan Gregory has come on.
Proper binding. Talk to yourself, please. Talk to yourself. I need a proper binding here. Okay.
Vimal Pereira in the middle of your picture there, making notes of Dinka Peris's performance.
Bind.
He's been in the seat for quite some time now, Vimal. I actually thought he was. He's actually growing a couple of inches.
Well, he refereed me when I was under 13, Laga, so that was a fair long ago.
It's good to see some of these old folks in the game, you know, try and keep it together.
Crouch.
Bring quite a bit of their experience into the game. Tariq Sali waits at the back in a position that's not very familiar to him, number 8. Lots of teams going with inexperienced number 8s now, and you can see exactly why that's important as a number 8, that you can control that ball in channel 1. Banu Kanania Kara really has no option, so he goes to ground. And now Koki Lahiran busts this one up the middle. Lots of numbers out wide. They're not using it though. Kavinda De Costa goes open side. Sasankari Ratna straightens it nicely. Needs some support. Now it's become a little untidy. Dhanushka Pereira pleading for a penalty from the ground there. Ishan Noor pumps his legs, but great strength there from Stefan Gregory. Oh, that's beautifully done from Gregory. And now Kegel gives it to Dinesh. And now Heshan Maduranga, but beautifully tackled by Kavinda Pereira. That's an outstanding tackle. Laga held his line and just smashed him over the line.
Yeah, no, I like this boy moment for Sia. He's played really well, and even in the matches when the team hasn't really performed. Look at that time and the perfection. I remember this when they played Candy, and I remember him making a tackle as well, right in the corner of the race course. And he's doing some good things. Hopefully he'll go a long way.
He's got to bulk up a bit, Kavindu.
What do you want? Line out or knock forward? From on the 15, knock forward.
Knocked forward there. That's a bad mistake from Sia. Couldn't afford that, and now they've given Navy an opportunity. Navy had the counter-attack on there, just couldn't finish it. Dinesh probably should have held on to that pass for a little longer, and now they've got a man who can make things happen. Sri Lanka's 7's star, Dinusa Chaturanga, coming into the field for the last 8 minutes of this game. Amila Bandara has also come on. He's a good defender, Amila. It's good, not a bad guy to bring on. I think this is Sia's best midfield combination. Bandara and Ramanayaka.
Still a lot of time. Still 8 minutes on the clock. So
right, crouch.
And that's our clock, Laga, so it might even be a few more minutes because we've got a bit of injuries that happen. Omarka Gunaratne passing from number 8. Piyaratne stepping inside, but the referee says that's an accidental offside, so the game not keeping up to the high standards that we came to expect of it in the first half. The conditioning really telling now.
Yeah, Jandima there just ran, as we look at that pass from Vidisinghe, and his winger just ran straight into him. Jandima there just ran about 10 metres across the field, ended up on the sideline.
Yeah, it's very lateral attack from Navy. The few times that they actually managed to straighten it, they scored. So that should tell them something. And it's important for Sali to control this ball at the back.
Crouch! Fine!
It's a problem with inexperienced number 8, Slaga. That's where you played as well. You can't just come in from anywhere and play at number 8.
Yeah, it is a very critical spot to play around, especially at this time of the game, you know, when you're trying to control things and get down to their house.
Sali does better there. And that's a nice little kick from Asan Di Costa. Beautifully taken by Ramanaik. Oh, he should have given the ball to Kamindu Pereira. Really needs to pass it now, but Ramanaik is still going. Still going. Amila Bandar herring up to the 22-meter line. Ramanaika was lucky. And now Sia still have it though. And that's surely got to be a penalty and maybe even a yellow card.
And Mr. Dinga is taking it right in front of the post. Offside defensive line. That was a good passage of the play from the Shia there. And I thought Ranjan should have passed that ball. That was 2-on-1.
Yeah, counter Ramanaik. You can see why Coach Marika is frustrated with him. That he doesn't pass the ball enough, tries to do too much on his own. He's lucky he managed to break those tackles, Laga, because otherwise he would have butchered that much early on in the piece.
Yeah, Empty now must be pulling his hair out just to see that sort of thing at this stage of the game. It would have been a try on the corner under the post.
Yeah, first time pass to Kamindu Pereira, who's easily the fastest man on the pitch. Would probably have resulted in a try. And now a really important kick for Prince Chamara, who's had a 50-50 day. He runs up quickly and takes it, and it comes off the posts once again. Same thing happened to CRNFC against Navy. Prince Chamara really needed to take just about 2 or 3 seconds more. And Suranga Pushpakumara thumps this one into touch gratefully. And Navy live to breathe another day.
Sia here. Navy here.
Laga, we've got to pick a man of the match, but with 1 point in it, that's going to be a difficult task, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for me, Danushka Pereira, the skipper for Navy, I think he's done everything right. Even that penalty missed here, he collected that ball nicely and won it.
Sali straightens it nicely, and that's got to be a penalty from Yoshita Rajapaksa. Referee still got his arm up for offside for the penalty, and it's not a very well judged kick there from Kamindu Di Costa.
No charging.
So yet another chance for the Red Shirts.
No, you can't take the
How
man
many
out.
chances will they get? Probably the last one.
Interfering with the halfback here is the call. That's silly. After he scored a try to put his team in front, that's unforgivable from Yoshita. And the two experienced men, Saranga and Yoshita, giving away 2 penalties that could easily have been avoided, Laga.
Yeah, it's just
We'll discuss a few other options as well. I think Angamman has been good for CR as well. Laga, Tariq Sali, who scored the try, and then for Navy, Lee Keegle has created a bit as well. So we'll discuss these options after the kick. And the deathly silence of the Navy crowd will tell you what that's all about. Prince Chamara manages to get that kick over. And with 3 minutes to play, this restart is the most important thing CRNFC are going to do all evening.
Well, finally, Prince Sharma got that one right on the spot, and it puts his team ahead by 1 point. They need to make sure they retain the ball. Kavintuki did really well to collect the ball under pressure.
So
And again, another pick and go. They've got to be very, very careful here, and it's stolen by Yoshita there.
Beautifully done by Yoshita Rajapaksa, making up for giving away that penalty, and Satya Ranatunga goes off on a run. And that's the penalty coming. Suranga Pushpakumara saw it, pointed to it and yelled, and Ishan Noor shakes his head as he walks away, knowing that he's, as the skipper, given away a penalty there as well. Here we see Satya Ranatunga with a lovely bust up the middle. In fact, it was Stefan Gregory. And Noor just not rolling away. You can see Suranga Pushpakumara pointing to him. And you can see the smile on Pukke's face as well when he gets the penalty.
Yeah, that's there's a difference between smart play and silly play, and that was certainly a silly play from skipper Noor there. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's just lying there trying to slow it down as much as he can, but unfortunately he's gone against him and could cost his team the match.
Well, Laga, whether this kick goes over or not, I think for a guy who scored 20 points already, we're probably going to have to give the man of the match to this man, Tiruna Veerasinghe, isn't it?
Certainly, it's usually the team that wins the match that is sort of gets the edge of player, you know.
And that's just wide. So Tiruna Veerasinghe's points tally stays at 20 so far. And that was a really crucial kick.
And the referee is taking it halfway, and Yoshita told him, it's not, it's 22 chopped out. Come on, Mr. Dinka, what are you on, man?
Well, you've got to be concentrating even as the referee, not just as the player. So now an opportunity for Navy to run this ball back at CRNFC. All points to a long restart for Sia. Oh dear, that's a charge down from Navy, but it's knocked forward. So Sia have another opportunity to get this ball back. And despite that charge down, that's the end of the game. And Tiruna Veerasinghe may get the man of the match award, but unfortunately his team don't win the game. CRNFC with an outstanding team performance today. Laga, it's so close. Another 1 point victory, but this time it goes the other way. And in the end, you'll have to say CR deserved it.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. Well deserved by CR, and congratulations to Imti and his management, his coaching staff. They played well right from the beginning, and they look a better side.
So both teams losing at home. You can see what this means to CRNFC. They've suffered some really crushing defeats this season, some really close, heartbreaking ones, and this one is going their way, so they're really happy about that. And good performances from the entire team. 27 points to 25, just a couple of points in it, and the replacements making a difference in the end as well. Javier De Costa coming on and making a few telling plays, although he did concede one try with a poor kick.
Yeah, Navy still had a chance at that last minute there, Shanaka. If they converted that penalty, they would have, again, still the match away from Shia by 1 point. So, they can't be too disappointed about the result.
Yes, Navy did have their opportunities as they did against Police last week. So, just a little bit of pressure that they weren't able to score here. And here's the first try of the game with our highlights package on thepapare.com. Tariq Sali scoring that one from close range. Good work from Dylan Soisa in the lead up to that. And then Navy's main man, Tiruna Veerasinghe. This is the first try that Navy scored. Lovely swerve from Heshan Madhuranga, putting his fullback under the posts. Good bit of passing and good support running from the fullback. That's when Navy took the lead for the first time. And here's a 50-50 counter ruck from Panduka Angammana, and Dylan Soisa making a nuisance of himself. Shanika Chandimal dropping the ball, and profiting from that for a try was Ashan Di Costa. Here we see the drop. Really good reaction from Dylan Soisa, and Ashan won't score many easier tries than that. And that's a good bust from Lee Keegle. A bad tackle miss from Kanchan Ramanayaka. And Tiruna Veerasinghe scoring his second try of the game and converting it. That was how it stood at half time. And that's the final whistle. You can see what it means to Ishan Noor and the rest of his boys. And Navy just completely dejected. They don't like losing, and they particularly don't like losing at Valisara. So 3 versus 4 Laga, a little bit of a leapfrog here as Navy lose to CRNFC at home. Man of the match Tiruna Veerasinghe for his 20 points. But the CR team has an all-round performance better on the day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a good battle right from the beginning, and both teams were in for it. Right in the middle of it, you can see the difference between the two teams. I thought CR was just slightly better equipped, slightly better condition, slightly better fitter than Navy. But then again, it went right down to the wire.
Went down to the wire indeed, and there was a penalty miss in the 79th minute from Tiruna Veerasinghe. Man who had already scored 20 points. If he could have scored 23, and then Navy would have won by 1 point, just like they did in the first round game. But it wasn't to be, and it was a humdinger of a game, an outstanding match of rugby today. And both teams have to be congratulated for wanting to attack, wanting to play positive rugby. That's all from us here at ThePapare.com. Don't forget to tune in to the breakdown as we analyze this weekend's action in the week. And big thanks to Coach Tavi Tatulagesi for joining us here on ThePapare.com. We'll be back with tomorrow's match. That's CRNFC versus Army, where we'll be, Havelocks versus Army, where we'll be watching Laga on the bench. And hopefully he won't be tearing his hair out just like Imti Marika and Nilufer Ibrahim were doing today. So join us tomorrow for that game. For now, from Laga and myself, from all of us here at ThePapare.com, it's goodbye from Valisara.
Now transact with over 40 million EasyCash customers via Dialog, Etisalat and Hutch. Dial #111# to register today. Now use selected commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience.
Now I can withdraw EasyCash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the EasyCash logo. Select cardless transactions. Select your preferred language. Select EasyCash. Type in the amount you need. Enter your EasyCash account number. You will receive a message onto your mobile. Enter your EasyCash PIN and send to complete your transaction.
Now use commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience. Call 7111 for more information. EasyCash, money in your mobile. Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi network with over 2,500 hotspots across the country. Cafes, restaurants, colleges, hospitals, bus stands, train stations, and many more. Select Dialog Wi-Fi and visit wifi.dialog.lk to register and get your username and password. Choose from 4 easy ways to top up your account. Go Wi-Fi, go Dialog.
Sri Lanka is a small but proud nation, and we know we can conquer the world. So to me, it's important not to settle for anything but the best. Dialog Television is our window to the world. It brings us the widest range of knowledge, information and entertainment from across Sri Lanka and the globe. From education for our kids to the latest movies. Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite technology, connects the world to every Sri Lankan home. Dialog is the future today.
Don't be constrained. Be versatile, be flexible. You have the power. Set talk time, SMS and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the full potential of your mobile package.
It's my plan from Dialog. Absolute power to you. To create your own plan, visit www.dialog.lk/myplan or call 1777 for more information.
Now, reserving your train tickets is as easy as reaching for your Dialog mobile. Just dial 444 and get instantly connected with the Dialog Expo Rail ticket reservation service. A new and hassle-free way to discover the breathtaking sights and sounds of Sri Lanka is now conveniently at your fingertips, anytime, anywhere. Dial 444 to reserve your Expo Rail train ticket today. Dialog, the future today.
Dialog Self-Care app is Sri Lanka's first and only award-winning app and is the best in the region with trilingual support. So we further improved the app to give more power and control to you. Even more powerful now, with over 50 dialogue services at your control anytime, any place, in your own preferred language. New services for Club Vision members. Step onto the world of self-care possibilities. Download now for free.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger. So you can peek into stuff. And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a text. Read an email. Read the news. Wait, you read the news?
Yep.
Of course you do. Now you can change apps like this. Pay at more places like this. And the new color looks like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Here are some images of tortellini.
Maybe get takeout? The camera shoots 4K video now, which changes how your movies look. Nice. Even selfies have changed. Now your screen is the flash. That's gonna get like 1 million likes.
Thanks.
Actually, photos themselves have changed. They move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what's changed.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. And the dreams that you tend to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh.
Serving over 240 million customers across Asia. Axiata, advancing Asia.